Here we are once again, folks. Bobo the Vulture, Aerobiz. It's like a timeless, age-old proposition. Going on forever and ever, although I'm rapidly running out of variations on Aerobiz to play. This is scenario 1 of only 2 scenarios for the original Aerobiz. I've already gone through all 4 scenarios of Aerobiz Supersonic. But either way, I believe we're just about wrapping this up. I may not have the passenger numbers to win from this past year, but I'm close enough that I should be able to win with a total world network. And, like, what, 4.5 million is the largest number that you're supposed to have on the annual report. I don't know whether or not, what number you need, actually, for difficulty level 3. I probably should have checked that out somewhere. I don't have a manual for this game, though, so I've just been trying to play to the best of my ability, and we'll see whether or not. I think by the end of this year, though, there should be no question that we are the #1 airline in the world and that we've won. But let's proceed. You can see, whoa! The pictograph for a Tal Air is just a person standing around. My profits were 840 million. Air USA's were approximately half that, a little more than half that. Tal Air lost money and did apparently not have enough sales to register on this meter. They just had enough passengers to get one person. That's the most adorable graph ever. It's just sad. It just makes me, I want to go give a Tal Air a hug, you know? But either way. Oh, wait a second. So I did win. We made it! We've met each goal of our business plan. Bobo Air Inc. owes its success to the corporate president. It's true. Thank you for your years of perseverance. Because of your efforts, Bobo Air Incorporated ranks as the #1 airline in the world. Oh my gosh. Look at that plane. It's canting back, and now it's gonna... Whoa, it's got afterburners or something. Whoa, we're falling through its vapor trail. Are you ready for Mode 7 Tour of the World? Yes. Let's fly. Aw, they copying our... Was that our first route? I don't remember, folks. Our second route was definitely not Honolulu to Los Angeles, because that was a very late in the game route we made. Yes, folks, it is just sort of randomly hopping around the world now, from Kiev to Carolina. Oh, man. That's amazing, folks, isn't it? We did it! We did it! And by we, I mean me! There's Moscow. That was another one of our early cities. Got Moscow as a hub, getting us to Europe, even though I never flew from Moscow to anywhere else in Europe, because such a small flight would be silly in this game. And if this music sounds familiar, that is because, yes, it is... Wait a minute, we're making reverse progress! What are you doing, plane? What? Are we not even going to go the whole way around the world? We're just going to, like... Are we afraid of crossing the ocean? Are we afraid of crossing the Pacific Ocean from the other side? Are we afraid of approaching Tokyo from the east? Or no, sorry, from the west. What gives, man? That's just going to take us back to Tokyo. There was our little world tour in which we decided, you know, screw you, most of continental Asia. Yeah, muscle pose. Check out my arm. April 1972. The competition continued for 9 years. Bobo Air Incorporated claimed the title as top airline in the industry. For many years, industry sources speculated on the growth of this airline. They had it checked out with a doctor. It was a bad growth. When asked to comment, Bobo Air CEO said, by the way, he doesn't have a name, just a Bobo Air CEO, but he said, "I saw the potential for this company. We took our risks and we made it. Now, remain calm, passengers, or I'll kill you with my spear." The CEO is now retiring to the Caribbean islands to enjoy the hard-earned benefits of success. Now, the Red Baron is apparently going to fly a demonstration run for it. Oh no, there he goes. Oh, strong gust must have taken him away. Oh, poor fellow. And now we're... could we get some vertical hold here? No? Okay, well, fine. I was looking for aviation pioneers and all kinds of good stuff going on here, but... well, that flicks around a little more. Well, that's fine. It looks suspiciously like a Spirit of St. Louis or something, but it's kind of hard to know for sure, you know, with these 16-bit graphics. You're showing all these varieties of airplanes that were not available even at the beginning of Aerobiz. That looked like it might have been a DC-6. It might have been one you could get in supersonic, but not here. No, not in Aerobiz. Not possible. Those planes in the background, though, they would appear to be 747s. Now those you could acquire. Oh, thumbs up there, pilot dudes. Thanks for flying us around the world, or at least most of the way around, getting to Moscow, turning tail, and flying back the way we came. Oh, and airline stewardesses, or flight attendants as they are now known. Of course, our scenario ended in the early 70s, so they were still called stewardesses. Ah, now we're starting to get into planes that look a little bit more familiar to the sort of thing that we would have seen. Oh, what's that back there in the background? I believe it's a DC-10, but it's hard to tell. It could be a TriStar. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your Concorde. Looks to be done up in Air France livery, although it's a little bit difficult to say. Just you have to tell from the tail wing there. And the 747, the plane that I tried a little bit, didn't work out immediately, and so I mothballed them. Of course, I didn't even know the scenario was going to end. I was still buying new planes, even though theoretically I was supposed to be all done. Ah, there's your jumbo jet. There's a 747 for you. An amazing thing. Think of how many tons those things weigh, and they can just float around in the air. It's like magic, except it's all physics. Oh, that one's flying. Oh my god, it's scaling away with Mode 7 power! Well, there you go, folks. Now somebody has to win this game on Genesis just so we can see what happens. Because, I mean, the Genesis can't do that. That's just amazing. But anyways, folks, 1992, the Koei Corporation. Well, there you go. That kind of snuck up on me, everybody. The end of the regular Aerobiz game. I'm probably just going to sew this on to the end of what I thought previously was going to be just one more year to go. I'm kind of almost upset now I didn't have a chance to, because I bought those Airbuses. I was getting all excited, like, oh yeah, I'm going to put these on some routes, save myself some money, you know, because they were all efficient and stuff. And no, I'm not going to have the chance. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I could always try. I mean, you know, probably at this rate now, I'll probably end up doing a Scenario 2 run. It's just a matter of where to start and what to do with it. Difficulty levels and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I honestly now, of course, I have no idea what the actual end passenger numbers I had were. Like, if I just connected up to Tehran like the year before, would I have had enough passengers to win? I don't know. I'll never know, folks. I'll never know until I find a manual, because facts, not really that many facts for Aerobiz. The original Aerobiz. There's one or two good comprehensive facts for Supersonic. Not for the original Aerobiz, though. Don't know what that's all about. I mean, it is a complicated game. No one understands it, but it's woman. So it could be that to a certain extent. But thanks, everybody, for coming along for this ride. Got a lot of feedback, got a lot of views, got a lot of thumbs ups, those sorts of things, which is nice. And it's been a nice little temporary diversion while I sort of either A, avoid, or B, try and figure out a new means of getting all my console recording setups to work again. But yeah, I mean, now this is completed. Probably doing a scenario 2 will happen eventually, and I've got other interesting projects coming down the pike in the future. Trust me, folks. So, look forward to those, as I look forward to having you guys along for the next Bobo the Vulture Let's Play Adventure Time. And with that, this is Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Aerobiz. I was thinking this was a really short series, and I mean, I guess I accomplished the goals in 9 years, but each year seems like each year took a lot longer in this version of the game. That may just be my illusion, but you know, if I just known that was going to be the last quarter, A, I wouldn't have bought all those planes. B, I might have sold some of the planes that I have, and C, I might have sold all of my stock out of that company just to see the massive number that I would have had at the end. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, it all worked out well. That was my first time playing the game through to completion of a scenario in this version. I've done Supersonic, as you know, a few times. And I have to say, I'm very satisfied. I was very pleased with how that went. I mean, I was pleased with the way that the game went, not just like, oh, I think I did a good job playing the game. But no, I'm quite pleased with that game. It's honestly, like, it's weird because, you know, when I think of on Super Nintendo, you have games like Street Fighter 2, and then after that you have Street Fighter 2 Turbo Champion Edition. Like two different Super Nintendo cartridges, and one is an expansion of the other. But basically, you know, the moment you've got Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you have almost zero reason to hang on to Street Fighter 2. All Street Fighter 2 Turbo does is take the exact same thing and enhance it. Whereas Aerobiz Supersonic plays like, I mean, it's still an airline management sim, but it plays differently. It's different enough that, like, I feel like this game and Aerobiz Supersonic are different enough games that if you're a big enough fan of both, that you would want to have both. Like, if you're a big enough fan of the whole Aerobiz concept, you'd want to have both, because they play differently. Like, I could now say, like, sometime in the future I'm just bored, I'm like, I feel like playing an Aerobiz, an airline management sim. Well, do I want to play Supersonic, or do I want to play the original Aerobiz? Because ordinarily, you would just think, I'm immediately going to just go for the latest sort of update version one. Where this has its own little unique charms, its own little unique gameplay mechanics in it. Like the overall world route promotion thing is not one that you can do in Supersonic. You can advertise individual regions, and you need to take one of your dudes, one of your agents, to go and manage that. Also in Super, I mean, you know, I had at least a couple of people, like one or two folks, would occasionally chide me like, well, if you have your guys, like, running around not doing anything, or, like, you've got them, like, wrangling to get one more slot out of New York, why not instead make them go and try and speed up negotiations someplace else? And, like, honestly, because that never occurs to me, because that's not a feature in Supersonic. the whole stock market system is not something that's in Supersonic, it's in this one, which is interesting, I find. Maybe the designers thought, well, for one, they need to cut one thing or another to make everything still fit onto a cartridge or whatever. Maybe they thought it was just too much, excuse me. But they thought it was too much. Oh, well, it's just somebody like pressing the left or right button in conjunction with Y to make the bar move faster so they could spend all their money or buy all their money. Not buy all their money, but, sell all their stock or buy all the stock. And that it wasn't an interesting mechanic, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And, I mean, if you've seen some other LPs of it, like, Grimmeth did a live LP of this a while back. There are videos up of it on YouTube on his channel, but he eventually got to a point where one of the charter companies had just been driven completely into the ground, and the stock was nearly worthless, and so he bought it just because it cost almost nothing, and it was kind of interesting the way that it worked out. It was basically like flip this airline, managed to make money off of the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I liked this. I thought this was good. I thought this was fun, and it was a good time. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And, as ever, whenever I'm wrapping up an LP, if you've got other things that you want me to sort of check out, I'll consider anything that people leave comments on. I don't guarantee I'm going to rush right out and do all this stuff, but, as I'm finding out, like, I'm limited by my own technology at the moment, but this was a fun time. I am glad that I went and did this, so hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Of course, now I gotta figure out what else I can LP to have stuff going on my channel if my console recorder isn't working very well. Apologies, by the way, if you've been watching the Let's Watch Red Play Legend of Dragoon videos that have been coming out at the same time as these ones with the sort of terrible audio problem. That's actually unrelated to some of the other console recording issues I've been having. But I've rambled on plenty enough at this point. So yeah, folks, I enjoyed this. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. This has been Let's Play Aerobiz. And I thank you very much for watching. Good night, folks.